They're singing out and they're singing proud. They're celebrating both the idea and the place that we call home with tears streaming down their cheeks. That verse was going through my head 14 days after Katrina hit. I was standing in the middle of a shelter in Baton Rouge where I was volunteering, not because I'm noble, but because I'd come unglued. I spent a couple of days in the flood zone. We pulled some people out, but mostly it was bodies. Stuffing bodies into bags. I'd never seen a dead body before. I stopped counting when I hit 18. See, I went down to New Orleans because I'm trying to find somebody. But that wasn't the only reason I went there. I went down because I was hoping maybe I could be a hero. I saw heroes, where I saw ordinary people doing extraordinary things. And it did not take rigorous analysis to conclude that I do not have what it takes to join that particular club. I broke like a cheap toy. And I went skittering back to the living, or maybe more accurately, I ran like hell away from the dead. In this particular shelter in Baton Rouge, which could hold maybe 200 people comfortably, there were never less than 500 at any moment in time. Buses would pull in from New Orleans, from St. Bernard Parish, from Clackamas, and people would come tumbling off, and they were dirty, and they were exhausted, and they were dehydrated, and they were scared, they were scarred, they were hurt, they were bloody, they were angry, and they were relieved, thinking they had finally found a place to land. But this place wasn't anything more than a way station. Some folks would get on the bus and they'd clean it out, and then people who'd been staying at the shelter would climb aboard and they'd take off bound for Georgia, Texas, or Maryland, or Kansas, or wherever, carrying with them nothing but the clothes on their backs, and if they were lucky, their entire families would be with them. I ain't ever gonna leave Louisiana, my home, my home. Seas ain't hard, floods don't matter. Raise a glass to sweet Louisiana, Louisiana, my home. I met this man in Emile. Emile, he wasn't a young man, he wasn't an old man. What he was a shell-shocked man. He had a 1,000-yard stare with a couple extra miles tacked onto the back end of it. He had 3 kids with him. They were calling out to him, crying out to him, crawling all over him, but he was semi-catatonic and they were invisible to him. All he could do was chant over and over again, "Where my baby? Where my baby? Where my baby?" The Red Cross people were trying to get him to say more, fearing that a child had gone missing, but he wasn't talking about a child. He was talking about his wife. They came from someplace just east of New Orleans where the storm surge came rolling in like a freight train unabated. It hit their house and literally cracked it in half. The kids were on one side of the living room. She was on the other side. He was over with the kids. The house started to tear apart. The water came rushing in. She dove into the water to try to get to him, and he reached down and got a hold of her wrist. But the water was too strong. I ain't ever gonna leave my baby. 2 parts mean, but she's mine, all mine. Ain't no doubt I would have gone crazy if I had never found you, baby. Rock me, woman, you're mine. Emile, he's got the kids now. Last thing she said to me before the water took her: "Take care of our babies." And then she gone. And that was New Orleans after the storm. So many people missing someone, so many people gone, so many new voices joining the choir in heaven.